Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Team Calling another video. This one's coming out really late. It's the promised team builder video that I promised when I did my my team building tips. I apologize. I can give you excuses, but at the end of the day, I said I'd do it and I didn't do it. I will tell you the reason why I didn't do it was because I was watching the 2016 national championships this weekend. Like I said, it's not an excuse. I'm just telling you what I did, what I prioritized over making this video. So, I will say the World Championships were absolutely incredible. I don't like the format at all, but some of the teams that came out were phenomenal. The Masters champion Wolfie Glick, he collaborated with another guy from Germany, and the team that they created was phenomenal. The ideas behind it were absolutely incredible, beyond what I could have ever imagined. And it was like the first time that a team like this creative was built, and it's no surprise that they won. It was a Ryogre team with Rayquaza and Kyogre core. So if you guys go to Pokemon.com, you can see the team that he made. It was absolutely incredible. I loved just some of those games were absolutely incredible. So this is just the team builder. I'm going to be building a new doubles team for the battle spot. I'm doing it here on Pokemon Showdown because when I build my team, this is where I come. I just come right down here where it says Team Builder, and I do it just so I can see it, because here it gives some of the it gives the Pokemon's moves and stuff. So I'm just gonna make a new team. To select the format, I always do battle spot doubles. It's not gonna matter. You can build a team even however you want, but I just do that just so I can verify at the end that it is legal for battle spot doubles. So I've been thinking, and I think the Pokemon I want to build my team around is another Mega Evolution with Mega Camerupt. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the Mega Evolution. I'll show you guys his base stats right now. You can see and this is regular Camerupt. Mega Camerupt is stronger, but it's a really slow Pokemon with a very powerful ability. His Mega Camerupt's ability is Sheer Force, which reduces eliminates secondary effects from moves, but increases the base power of those moves by 30%. So something like Flamethrower with a 10% chance to burn. That 10% chance to burn is taken away, but the power of Flamethrower is boosted by 30%. So quite the powerful Pokemon. I've wanted to build a team around it, so that's what I'm going to do. So abilities, these aren't going to matter too much. I'm going to choose Solid Rock just because in case I don't lead with Camerupt, if necessary, I possibly could switch him into a super effective attack so that he can live. But like I said, it's not going to be too big of a deal. So obviously here I'm going to want Protect, because he's going to be he's still relatively bulky, but he's not going to be invested in defense, so I want to be able to keep him around. A staple, Earth Power, and Heat Wave stabs of choice. Well, not Heat Crash, Heat Wave. So you'll see one of the reasons why I like using this is you'll see where I hit Heat Crash, but it said it was an illegal move because can't actually learn it. So here it gives me all these possible moves that I can learn and stuff. So Rock Slide, Stone Edge would be good, but they're physical. So I do have the option of Ancient Power, but I'm not sure if I really want to add that. I could put that on a Rock Slide on another Pokemon on my team. I am 4 times weak to water, and it is tempting to put on the Hidden Power Grass, but only for emergency situations, because obviously if I go up against water type Pokemon and I go for Hidden Power Grass, I'm not going to knock it out because it doesn't get the Sheer Force bonus. But if it is at 50%, that might be my best way of doing it. Well, because that's only base power 60 and Earth power is base 90, plus it would get the I don't know, tempting. Right now I'll put it on, and later down the road, just to see how it works, because this still is a learning experience for me. So Eevee's 252 HP, 252 special attack, and I'll just go 6 in special defense. Nature will want Brave. or not brave, excuse me. We want quiet. We want plus special attack, and we want minus speed so that it'll be faster under Trick Room, because this will have to be a Trick Room team. So these are the HP grass IVs. So we'll want, let's see, this one looks good. Because for hidden power you have to have certain IVs. So this way we'll have 0 attack, just in case we get confused. Only -1 special attack IV and only 1 speed IV. So that's pretty good. So that's one of my offensive core. Now I have to think of the other Pokemon that I want in my offensive core. And let's see, because it doesn't necessarily. Well, I'll say Camerupt is weak to ground, rock, and water, obviously. But I don't necessarily need to choose a grass type Pokemon that'll be as another offensive core that'll be able to deal with those weaknesses of Camerupt. It could be something that'll hit otherwise or in other ways. So, and preferably yes. Well, it should be a slow Pokemon since this team is going to be a Trick Room team. So I got a good one that I actually want to try, a Scavalier. I've used it on a singles team. You can see this one is really slow. 20 base speed. I think Mega Camerupt also has 20 base speed, so they'll work well together. With the item, I'll go Lumberry, in case he gets burned or paralyzed or anything, and just Swarm. These Shell Armor would be alright, and Overcoat would also be alright, but if I'm going to run Lumberry, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So I'll just go Swarm, just so I get that extra damage if he gets low. So Protect will be a staple here. And then I'll also want the stabs of choice, Iron Head and X Scissor. And then this last one can be like a tech move. I can put on Poison Jab. That's only going to be, that's not really going to help too much since I already got super effective for Fairy and for Grass. Pursuit could be an option to help prevent switches from my opponent. I could also go Swords Dance if I want to try and set up a little bit. Knockoff is also a good move that I could put on. So there's plenty of possibilities here. And at the end of the day, if you remember in that video, I've said it depends on the team and stuff. So would something like Pursuit help me? Do I expect my opponent to switch out a lot against my team? Would something like Feint be good? Would I expect my opponent to protect a lot against my team? So you guys got to ask yourself questions like that. I think I'm going to go with Knockoff, just to have that nice utility on the field. Knockoff maybe on for those annoying like Cresselia or Pokemon that really depend on their items. So for Eevee, it's going to be very similar to Camerupt. Instead of investing in speed, we're going to invest in HP since we're a Trick Room, and we'll just throw the other 6 IVs on special defense. It doesn't really matter defense or special defense, but we'll also make sure we put these IVs at 0 so that we can be as slow as possible under this Trick Room. So now I have to think of a Trick Room user. There are quite a few common ones. Let's search Trick Room here. We get quite a few Trick Room users. Slowbro wouldn't be too bad, just since he'd be water to be able to resist water type moves from Camerupt. Executor as well. But usually with Trick Room, you look for like usually the way I like to do it, and it doesn't have to be this way, but you look for like a bulky support Pokemon that can take moves and stuff. Like Bronzong would be a good one. That's why Cresselia is also really good. Musharna's not too bad. Not that bulky, but you see it's got 107 base special attack. I think, well, let's try out Musharna. Don't have too much experience with Musharna, especially as a Trick Room user. So with abilities, or with item, let's go with Citrus Berry, so that when it gets low, it can get back up. Here, so we actually have an interesting opportunity here with the ability Telepathy. So if you don't know what Telepathy does, let's say I have Musharna on the field with a Pokemon that knows Earthquake. If I use Earthquake, Musharna won't take any damage because of its ability Telepathy. So it doesn't take damage from attacks made by its allies. So something like Discharge or Surf won't damage Musharna. So I could actually make some good combinations, some good moves like that. So I'll put that on, see if I can think of some other Pokemon that I could put on to take advantage of that ability. So obviously we want Trick Room here. It's going to be the main move, main reason we have this thing. We may as well take Psychic for stab. Can this thing run Ice Beam? No, it can't. You see, it says it's illegal. Hidden Power Ice. I mean, we can put Ice Beam on another Pokemon later. What else do we got here? Heal Bell could be good. Calm Mind could also be good. Dazzling Gleam for fairy coverage. Healing Wish could be good. Light Screen. Moonlight, Pain Split. This thing's got some really good coverage actually. Oh, it even gets. Ooh, I like that. Let's access to Helping Hand. I'm gonna put Helping Hand on. I really like what Helping Hand brings to the table. Could really, especially if I have like this thing out with Camerupt, I could go for a Helping Hand Heat Wave and just deal some serious damage to my opponent's team. So we also have possibility Thunder Wave or Toxic. Thunder Wave not really, because I don't want my opponent's Pokemon to be slow. Toxic could be to take care of those annoying tanks. Let's see. I get Reflect wouldn't be too bad, or Light Screen. Maybe I should. I'm thinking about putting on one of those. Would be nice to have just that extra defense while I have those. While I have Camerupt and Escavalier out there. Like I said, they're not. These ones actually aren't that frail, especially since they're going to be under Trick Room. They have max HP, and these ones actually have pretty good defenses. But it'd still be nice to take a little bit less damage. So let's throw on Reflect. I feel like that'd be better than Light Screen. It'd be a good option to put on. So for EVs, let's go 252, and then I'll go 252 Special Defense since I'm going to have Reflect. So that's going to make up for not having these EVs here. And I'll go for the 6 extra EVs into Special Attack. Deal a little bit more damage with Psychic. And then Nature. I feel like her Sassy. Yeah, Sassy would probably be best. Increase that special defense a little bit more. So here we got a bulky Pokemon, 223 HP, 161 special defense, and still pretty good special attack at 128. So it's going to be a good Pokemon. Look at that, 30 speed at level 50. So pretty good. Alright, so I'm thinking. So Escavalier is only weak to fire. It's his only weakness. Camerupt is weak to water. So I'm thinking, and this idea comes from the World Championships, where on the winning team, Wolfie had a Lightning Rod Raichu, and he also had Kyogre on his team. So the idea was like to have Raichu on the field with your Kyogre so that your opponent couldn't go for electric type moves. So I'm thinking maybe I could do something like that with the ability Water Absorb. Now Water Absorb isn't as good as Lightning Rod because it doesn't attract the water type moves, but it could still help out. I could switch in. So here we have Lapras. I did run that on my VGC 2016 team. It's actually pretty good. Lantern wouldn't be. Ooh. Lantern here. I could add, because Lantern gets access to Discharge, which could take advantage of Musharna's telepathy. So let's go ahead and put that on. I'd like to put on the Citrus Berry as well. Not Volt Absorb, we want Water Absorb. So one thing is if I have my Camerupt out on the field and I have Lantern in the back, I can switch in Lantern. And if the Lantern's missing HP, I can restore some HP off that. So that would be really nice. So like I said, I want Discharge. It's going to be a nice combo. And Stab of Choice. I also want Scald for Stab of Choice. I could go Surf, but I could also Discharge with Camerupt on the field. So that's one of the reasons I don't want to go with Surf, because it would only make a good combo with Musharna. So if I have Discharge, I could do that with at least 2 Pokemon. And then here, I see Ice Beam. We can put on Ice Beam. Protect, let's see. Do we want to put on Protect, or do we want to put on something else? I don't know what else this thing gets access to. Dazzling Gleam. Nice coverage. I do see Volt Switch is quite tempting. We do have an electric move already, but if we do want a single target electric move, we could go with Volt Switch or Thunderbolt. but Volt Switch would give us nice switch initiative. So let's put on Volt Switch. And then for EVs, because the thing is, we do have Ice Beam, so we don't want this thing to necessarily be a tank, especially since we already have Musharna. So this thing could be like a mixed, like a tank and an offensive Pokemon, not part of the offensive core, but still. So how about we go 252 in defense, just in case, for whatever reason. We can go 200 into attack and 52 here in special defense, and we can just throw that other 6 here into HP. So I feel pretty good about that. With nature, we can go with relaxed. So it's not too tanky. I mean, you look, it has 201 HP, so that's where most of its tankiness is going to come from. And then I can switch it in with water on a water type move to activate Water Absorb. So I feel pretty comfortable with how that is, because it's got Citrus for recovery, it's got Water Absorb for recovery, so that's pretty nice. So now we see we have 2 weaknesses to ground and nothing immune to it. So we could either go with something with Levitate, or we could go with a flying type Pokemon. Maybe we could change Musharna to Cresselia, or a Pokemon that has Levitate. But I'm thinking, like, at the same time, we also need something to deal with dragons. We preferably need a fairy type Pokemon. So what would be nice here would be something like a Togekiss. Togekiss gets access to Follow Me as well, which would be nice redirection, so I could get some really powerful moves off with my Camerupt and Escavalier. So with an item, we can go with a Rocky Helmet, because we can go for Follow Me and take some of those. We definitely want Serene Grace, just in case you want to attack. So we definitely want Air Slash on there. And then, like I said, we'll want the Follow Me. Don't know why it's a usually useless move, but we also want some sort of fairy type move. The strongest one we get is Dazzling Gleam. Might be the only one we get, actually. I know we don't get Moonblast, which is unfortunate, but now we can put on Charm. It's a fairy type move. And so this last one, what do we got? We could go with Aura Sphere or Ancient Power to try and get some good coverage, or like I said, we could put some sort of rock type. That'd probably be our last type Pokemon we can put a rock type move on. We go Encore, that wouldn't be too bad. We could trap some opponents into some bad moves. Extreme Speed would be nice for priority. Heal Bell possibly. What I like here, we could go for Roost to take advantage of the Follow Me, just like so that I could possibly, if I'm at low HP, I can Roost and then protect the other Pokemon. So let's go ahead and try that, see how it works. So the EVs here are going to be a little interesting. I'm going to go 252 Speed and make it Timid. You might be saying, why? It's a Trick Room team. And that's true, but if I'm going to be going for Follow Me, I don't really need priority, or that's going to be priority anyways. So I don't need to be fast or slow to be able to get that off. And just in case we're not in Trick Room, if necessary, I could go for Air Slashes or Dazzling Gleams to be able to help out. Mainly Air Slashes to be able to help out. So that's the reason for that. We'll throw the other 6 into defense just because I have the Rocky Helmet. So, and that could be my switch into something like a Kangaskhan or something. That's obviously going to go for physical moves. So for this last one, like I said, we're probably going to want something that's going to be able to use rock type moves to be able to deal with something like Talonflame or even any kind of flying Pokemon. So I have something in mind, Landorus Therian form. It'll also give us Intimidate, which is a really powerful ability. So the thing here, usually, I think on my last team I ran Landorus with the Choice Scarf, but on this it wouldn't really make too much sense. So we could actually give him a Focus Sash. Intimidate would be the only ability. So let's go Rock Slide. Very powerful move. Earthquake would be another stab move, but I'm trying to think. Because the only thing, or I guess if I'd only be able to Earthquake safely with Musharna or Togekiss. Well, I guess I could do Earthquake safely with anything but Lantern on the field, because no, excuse me, with Musharna and Lantern. Yeah, Musharna. See, Lantern wouldn't be able to. Musharna is immune because of telepathy. Togekiss is immune, and Escavalier and Camerupt have Protect. But I also have, I already have ground coverage on Camerupt, so I'm thinking maybe I could get another coverage move off. Something like Superpower would be really nice, since I don't have any fighting type moves. And I'm thinking also U-turn to like something like, or for the same reason as Volt Switch, just to be able to cycle things in and out. Because it's really nice, because when you make a switch at the beginning of the turn, you kind of make a prediction. You don't know what your opponent, if your opponent is going to switch as well, or if they're going to attack or what. So if you U-turn, you can actually see what switches they've made, if they've protected with any Pokemon and stuff like this. So I like that. We get access to a Hammer. We already got. We can do Outrage to deal with dragons if we want to. Knockoff would also be nice. I know we have a knockoff user already, but it would be nice to get another one. We could go for Swords Dance as well. Some sort of setup move. Maybe. So I'm thinking maybe we can go for a knockoff here, and then on a Escavalier instead of knockoff, we can put on Swords Dance. And that way he can really exert some pressure, especially if we have Togekiss on the field. That'd be some really nice pressure we could get off. So for EVs, let's go 252 HP, and you might say, why if we have Focus Sash? But at the same time, we have Intimidate, so if we go into a physical attacker, we might be able to survive 2 hits, because I mean, at the same time, we aren't that frail. We are pretty frail, but we'll have to see. Well, we definitely want 252 to attack. This thing's going to deal some nice damage. We'll go 6 into defense. Nature, Brave, for sure. And then Speed IVs. Deciding whether or not we should change those or not. Because at the same time, he still would be decently fast in Trick Room. Or excuse me, outside of Trick Room. We'll just go down to 0. And I think that's pretty much going to be it. So Mega Camerupt team with Trick Room. Escavalier is going to be the other offensive Pokemon. Musharna is going to be able to be pretty cool with Telepathy. Then Lantern got some good coverage. Togekiss has Redirection, and Landorus also has some good coverage. So I'm thinking that's going to be it. This team, I'm going to start building this team. See what I can get. Like stuff like Landorus I already have. Some of these Pokemon I also already have. So I'll just have to add them to the team. Other ones will have to breed. So that's pretty much it. If you guys got any questions, let me know. If you got any comments or suggestions, any changes I should make to the team, also let me know. But again, I apologize for not getting this video out. But I'll be coming back with the battles. Maybe I'll do some team analysis of the VGC 2016 World Championship teams. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're interested, look forward to the future ones that I'm going to be using this team with. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.